A very good afternoon to all of you that are watching us through YouTube. This is Grow and Travel, a show dedicated to personal development as well as touristic places from all over the world. I am Nadia Flores, and today we're going to be talking about resiliency as well as visiting beautiful places from the city of Toluca. Let's go. Today we are in Toluca, a city located about an hour from the Mexican capital and is surrounded by mountains, which makes it a valley. Today we will visit the beautiful park Matlacincas, better known by its population by Parque El Calvario. But before that, let's talk about resilience, shall we? Today we're talking about resilience. Resilience is one of the most important capabilities of a human being to be able to overcome any adversities that life brings about. That goes anywhere from being fired from a job out of the sudden, breaking up with a partner, or simply when death comes to and knocks at your door and you know that it's time to let somebody go. Resilience is the key for us to be able to overcome all of those, but also to understand that everything in life happens for a reason, and the reason is for us to learn and to grow. Right now we're walking around El Calvario, this beautiful park that has a lot of history and of course legends and myths. We're gonna show you the Cave of the Devil, as well as the beautiful vegetation of the place, and of course we're gonna go to the museums and the chapel. You'll see it in a moment. Let's get to it. Matlacincas Park, better known as El Calvario because that is the name of the hill where it is located, is an important park full of history, legends, and myths. During the Mexican War of Independence, it was a place where several battles were fought between the insurgents and the viceregal army at the beginning of the 19th century. El Calvario was inaugurated as a park in 1959. It has several entrances since it is a very extensive park. Since its inauguration, it has been the favorite of the inhabitants of Toluca, who go there to enjoy its landscapes, its trails, its calm, or sometimes to enjoy family gatherings, play sports, walk the dog, or work out. El Calvario has a variety of playgrounds, a soccer field, cabins with grills, and an excellent view of the city. There is also a museum dedicated to natural sciences, open since 1971, which has 6 permanent rooms and a temporary one. The first 6 exhibit topics on the universe and the solar system, geology, biodiversity of the state of Mexico, insects, ecology, and Lepidoptera, where there is a collection of more than 3,000 butterflies and the piece of a petrified tree of more than 250 million years approximately. It is older than the mastodon bones and the mammoth jaw found in the same room. Very close to the museum, there is another well-known place in the park, the Estancia del Tiempo, where there is a sundial and the signs of the months of the year represented in Nahuatl. Nahuatl is a language of the Nahuas, one of the many native cultures in Mexico. And there is also an agora dedicated to social and cultural events. Going down the cobble street, we will see the School of Plastic Arts and the workshop of the renowned sculptor Fernando Cano, renowned for his life-size ironworks. There is also a popular legend amongst the inhabitants of Toluca, the legend of the Devil's Cave. This cave is located at the top of the hill, where it is said that there are jewels, gold, and other riches, and it is said that the devil lives inside, and that throughout the cave, ghosts, goblins, and souls were trapped. It is said that those who dare to enter must walk in a straight line and without looking back, since if they do, they will not find the exit, which is supposed to be in La Marquesa Mountains, about 25 kilometers from Toluca. Like all legends, nothing has been scientifically documented, nor is there any reliable evidence. They are only stories that are transmitted by word of mouth. They say that the people who entered never came back. Spooky, isn't it? Do you believe in legends? We've made it! We are all the way at the top of this beautiful park, El Calvario. The name of this place is Mirador de la Cruz. And behind me, you can see the beautiful scenery that Toluca has to offer. Let's go check it out. Continuing with our tour, we now go to the square dedicated to the naturalist poet, warrior, and philosopher King Netzahualcoyotl, where we find a statue of him and we can read a little bit of his poetic work written on the stones. The whole earth is a tomb and nothing escapes her. Nothing is so perfect that it does not fall and disappear. He was definitely right, wouldn't you agree? El Calvario has 3 cobbled paths, whose destination is the Capilla del Señor del Calvario, a chapel located on the top of the hill. It was built at the end of the 18th century in a neoclassical style with the intention of evangelizing the inhabitants of Toluca, like all the Catholic churches from the era. Nowadays, religious social masses of the people of Toluca are celebrated here with great frequency, almost every weekend. And after using our resilience to go up and down this beautiful park, it is time to recharge your batteries in a magical place in Toluca, the Casa Azul Gastro Bar. Are you ready? Casa Azul arises from the idea of rescuing a property built in 1916, which is part of the cultural heritage of Toluca, to turn into a place to spend a pleasant time where people can enjoy good food and drink. Before the pandemic, there were recitals of classical music, art, and it could be used for private events. Hopefully, these activities will return little by little. In this gastronomic center, you can taste various styles of cuisine, since each restaurant offers you something different. There is Mexican food, salads, pizza, gourmet chocolate, coffee, ice cream, and for lovers of good drinks, an extensive selection of wine, and if you like beer, don't forget to try their irresistible craft beer. After so much walking through the beautiful El Calvario Park and recovering those energies at Casa Azul, it is time to go to our next message about resilience. And now I'd like to give you 3 aspects for resilience to come to your life or to awaken it if you haven't done so. Tip number 1, your internal dialogue. The way that you speak to yourself and that you speak about others, even non-verbally, that means the dialogue that you have from yourself, with yourself, you gotta be careful with it, because whatever you're saying is gonna reflect on your life. So make sure that the way that you speak to yourself and the way you speak about others is always in a positive way. This will lead resilience to come into your life because that will help you evolve into a better version of yourself. Tip number 2, be conscious of the present moment, here and now. Because once you remember that whatever is happening right now, even when it seems chaotic or traumatic, when you remember that this is just a moment and that this too shall pass, then you will understand that this is just a moment in your life, a moment in time that will pass, and one day you will just look back and remember that it was just a moment, that nothing is so bad that it cannot be healed. And lastly, tip number 3 is attitude. Whatever attitude you decide to take is going to make a huge difference in your life. So today I'd like to invite you to have a positive attitude towards life, because this will give you the resilience that you need in order to overcome anything that comes your way. And remember, if you or anybody you know is trying to get rid of limiting beliefs and wants to live a more fulfilling and happy life, I invite you to contact me via my social media, and we'll see you in the next one. And that's it for today, guys. I sincerely hope that you have enjoyed this beautiful place, as well as the personal development theme that we have brought to you. I would also like to invite you to keep watching us like every Wednesday on this YouTube channel, Grow and Travel. My name is Nadia Flores, and we'll see you next time.